Toastmaster Jayamala, you can begin. You're muted. Toastmaster Jayamala, you're muted.
Good evening, Toastmasters. I'm Jayamala Manai, Sergeant at Arms for today's installation ceremony of Milagres Toastmasters Club. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention 3 ground rules which would follow in our Toastmasters meeting. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So refrain from discussing these topics. Kindly put yourself on mute if you're not speaking. Turn off your video if you're stepping out of the meeting. The mission of our Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skill in which foster self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I announce the meeting as open. Now I hand over the control to very zestful incoming Secretary, Toastmaster Supriya K. Over to you.
In yogic culture, it is said the entire universe is based on synergy. Everything around us exhibits a certain extent of cohesiveness. Even we human beings are no independent existence, but a combination of 5 core elements of nature, that is, earth, water, air, fire, and ether. When human existence itself is determined by so many factors, what about the human actions? We have seen in the past, the history shows us that the wars that have been won, independence achieved, and the prosperity flourished was not by actions of any single individual, but because of collective efforts of a group of people who were determined to walk treacherous path to do good for their clan or the society at large. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. There goes a famous saying that no one can whistle a symphony. It takes a whole orchestra to play. Today, we are going to introduce our new team of Milagres Toastmasters, which is determined to achieve success through synergy. All the top 6 district leaders gathered here, division directors, area director, our today's keynote speaker, Dr. Pradeep Senapathi, presidents of all clubs, VPADs of all the clubs, members of Milagres Toastmasters, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. I extend my warm welcome to all of you to the installation ceremony of Milagres Toastmasters. To begin the ceremony with invocation of divine blessings, I would now like to call upon Toastmaster Anjali Arvind.
Good evening, everyone. From the point of love within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend on earth. May the world teacher return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let the purpose guide the will of every person, every being. The purpose which the holy masters know and serve. Let goodwill and the will to do good descend on earth. From the center which we call the human race, Let the plan of love and light work out. And may it seal the door where the evil dwells. Let light, love, and power manifest the divine plan on earth.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anjali, for giving us a great start. There are two kinds of statistics, the kind you look up and the kind you make up. We have a person with us who, along with her team, has shown this by example. Now, I would like to call upon the dynamic and super enthusiastic, outgoing president of Milagres Toastmasters, who put a great deal of energy into Milagres Toastmasters. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Anupama Shetty, who is now going to deliver outgoing president's speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Supriya. Division Director, DTM Vanita Rangarajan. I will call out all their names in their absence too. I'm sure they're going to join us soon. Program Quality Director, DTM Narayanan. Club Growth Director, DTM Arjun Sundarraj. District Administration Manager, DTM Gokul Menon. District PR Manager, DTM Rohan Ravindran. District Finance Manager, DTM MN Pai. Division F Director, Toastmaster Beena Shetty, Division L Director, Toastmaster Amit Ananda, Area Director F1 Shalini Prabhu, Area F2 Director Daryl Rodriguez, Area F3 Director Deborah Lobo, Area L1 Director Nikita Menezes, Area L2 Director Sharat CA, and Area L3 Director Lyra Pinto, and all the other club presidents, VPHs, all the club officers, Toastmasters, and guests. A very good evening to all of you, and a hearty welcome to each one of you present here. Your presence speaks about your love for our club and your support in our growth. Hearty welcome to all of you once again. When I first joined Toastmasters in 2010 as a member of Elite Toastmasters Club in Saudi Arabia, all I knew was the Toastmasters was a place which gave the opportunity to people to give speeches and then bid goodbye at the end of the meeting with a grand dinner party. As I walked through the journey, I realized that Toastmasters isn't just about giving your speeches, but a place which had much more in store. My first home club unveiled new doors to the path of leadership. The extended opportunity to lead was provided to me by my own club, Milagres Toastmasters. We often think, someday, when I have got the time. Have you ever said that to yourself? Most of us are great at putting off what we really want to do for that someday. When life is less busy, when we have time, when we have reached a certain level of income or success. But the truth is, someday always seems to stay in the near future. We can never quite make it, and we never quite get started following our passions and doing what we really want with our lives. The day when Toastmaster Mahima asked me if I would take over the role of president last term, I had dual thoughts like this. Should I take it up or should I not? Professional commitments were many, but passion for Toastmasters was equally at a high. The most common excuse I could give about not following my passion is that I just don't have time. But for that moment, I thought, why not make time? Journey began with the installation as president on 5th July 2020. Having chosen an incredible team to work with, there was no looking back that moment. It was only about planning and executing the plan in hand. And I had no doubt in getting things falling in place with an exuberant team members in this executive committee. We all witnessed the awards and the achievements of Milagres Toastmasters. But all those achievements happened due to the combined efforts of all the members of the ExCom and many other leaders in and outside the club. Let me take this opportunity to thank each one of them. First, I begin with my own team. Sergeant at Arms Nakshatra. If at all I was in his place, I would think several times, should I do or should I not? Salute to this Sergeant at Arms for not only being a member, but also taking up a role in the EXCOM. A final year medical student having immense workload with classes and exams dedicated his time to attend and open meetings each time. Toastmaster Nakshatra, my sincere gratitude to you for all the time you spent to execute your duties as Sergeant at Arms. Each time you opened the meeting with grace and perfection. Thank you, Toastmaster Nakshatra. Treasurer, Toastmaster Santosh Naik. If he can be spotlighted. I had mentioned this before too. The best example I give my daughter is about this young student who is not only committed to his studies, but also has a passion to polish his skills in public speaking. His efforts to venture new different roles in EXCOM and execute them to the best of his abilities is commendable. I remember the day when I had to pay my renewals, I asked him, what could be the best and easiest way I can do the payment? Because none of my online payments were working. And he says, ma'am, tell me where I should pick it from. I was left to know for the dedication he had for the job he took up. Toastmaster Santosh, a big thank you to you for managing your role so well, and best wishes for you for your new role as VPPR. Secretary Toastmaster Balakrishna Prabhu. May I get your president's announcements, please? A reminder popped up promptly after every meeting. A professor in MIT with numerous tasks in hand made sure that the minutes of the meeting was perfectly noted down. His humility and commitment to work has always inspired me. Thank you, sir, for all the calls and those wonderful words of appreciation which boosted me to work and achieve more. Toastmaster Balakrishna Prabhu, a Manipal resident, is a club member in Mangalore. You have shown us that distance doesn't matter if you wish to stay connected. Thank you for all your contributions, sir. VP membership Toastmaster Leona Arana. If you're on screen. Yes. When is our term ending? Was a very often question asked by this beautiful lady. Of course, how much would a busy professional tolerate a phone call at the end of the day, which would start with a question, Leona, what happened to that guest who attended last meeting? Membership was definitely challenging during this pandemic. Yet, Smedley, Talk Up Toastmasters, and Beat the Clock all fell into our treasury. The dancing lady was our favorite emoji in WhatsApp throughout the year, which celebrated the joy as we added a new member into the family. With all the turmoil, we ultimately did it, Leona. Thank you very much. VPPR Toastmaster Azma Sheikh. It was during those moments when my mind would be filled up with lots of stuffs. The only number I could recall was of my VPPR. This great listener had a years as I poured out all my annoyance. I used to go on and on describing my disappointment about any random issue. After 10 to 15 minutes of my talk, the long silence from the other end of the call would suddenly remind me that I had to stop to check if the other person was listening. I pause and ask, Azma, are you listening? Are you there? And there would be her reply, yes, Anupama, I am listening. Such is her level of patience. The 2 newsletters and all the social media posts which were published this year was a single-handed effort from our articulate and amazing Toastmaster Azma Sheikh. Her dedication brought the award PR Presence runner-up this year. Thank you, Toastmaster Azma. Toastmaster Zakir Hussain, our VPH. Do not say no is what I start the conversation by leaving no gap for escape with this stern-looking but soft-natured and a happy person. I had written very soon, actually, he is a distinguished Toastmaster. Zakir Hussain is a person whom I could depend on when it came to completing any task. Rule book is something which he carried all the time with him. And though the Tom and Jerry moments were always common between us, I love the commitment and interest he shows towards his work. Zakir sir, you made my task easy by helping in planning the educational awards. Thank you so much, sir. Immediate past President Toastmaster Mahima Bach. I was always in awe when I observed her ability to balance studies, Toastmasters, and commitment to follow her passion, that is art and crafts. Thank you, Toastmaster Mahima, for being there each time you were needed. The task of getting the link and being the host was voluntarily taken up by you throughout the year. You promptly hosted every meeting you could and helped in sharing the certificates during the meeting. A huge hug to you for all your support, Mahima. I admire your passion for learning. I hope you reach greater heights and venture in your new challenging roles. Thank you. Toastmaster Christopher Sequeira. Yes. Along with all others, I would also like to acknowledge the efforts and contribution of our very senior club member, Toastmaster Christopher Sequeira. I'm sure every member who has been a treasurer in Milagres will agree if I say he covered up half the job of a treasurer. He's a person whom I turn to whenever I needed support on a new enrollment of a member, and he never said no to anything. Thank you so much, sir, for being there each time. DTM Dr. C.K. Ballal. When I spoke about following your passion, no better example would hold good other than this Toastmaster who served the fraternity for more than 17 long years. Every discussion I have with him, he leaves me with astonishment, where he shows immense love for the Toastmasters community, in spite of being indulged in such a busy profession. I just heard him saying this morning during a meeting that he reached back home at 2:30 a.m. today. And then he was back with a smiling face at 9:30 a.m. attending the district meeting. After seeing his commitment, I will never dare to say, I have no time. Thank you so much, Dr. Ballal. Thank you for being with Milagres all the time. And of course, I will be ever indebted to our past area director, a dynamic leader, always had good and impressive words to say. Stay connected with every member is a message from her, which will be never forgotten. In her absence, I thank her for all the support extended to our club during my tenure as president. Thank you, DTM Jyotika Shetty. My gratitude note cannot end without extending my special thanks to DTM Vanitha Rangarajan and DTM Arjun, whom I trouble day and night with queries, and thank you for having the patience to tolerate me. Special thank you to DTM Narayanan sir for all those wonderful encouraging messages each time we achieved something for the club. You never missed out observing the dashboard and congratulating me personally. I know I have spoken for long. Before I get muted by the host, I would like to thank all the Toastmasters who supported me at various times. DTM Lancy D'Souza, DTM Malini Hebbar, DTM Savita Salyan, Toastmaster Kavita Kamath, Toastmaster Lyra Pinto, Toastmaster Royal D'Souza, DTM Bharti Shevgurti, Toastmaster Daryl, Toastmaster Shalini, Toastmaster Fiona, and all the others. If I missed out any of them, sorry, but a hearty thanks to each one of you for your support. I would also want to mention the names of my little darling daughters, Anusha and Abhishek, who take care of me and gave me all the attention I needed. Their help goes to the extent of cooking and cleaning during the absence of our maid. And thanks to all my family members who agreed to eat whatever came to their plates without a word. If it wasn't their support, I wouldn't have achieved anything. To all the Milagresians out there, love you all. You are my extended family, and thank you for all the enthusiasm you showed throughout the year. Ever grateful to you all. Now, wishing Toastmaster Azma and team good luck for the new term. May success be yours always. With heart full of gratitude, I hand over the proceedings to Toastmaster Supriya. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anupama, for that wonderful speech. Now, to welcome our today's keynote speaker, I would like to call upon our young and super energetic live wire Toastmaster Mars, who can lighten any situation through his wit and charm, which only adds to the synergy of Milagres Toastmasters. Over to you, Toastmaster Mars.
Man, I missed an episode of Doraemon for being here. So let's make this one count. तो इस शाम को और भी ज्यादा शानदार बनाने के लिए मैं बुलाना चाहूंगा हमारे मेहमान को, क्योंकि there is nothing else to do in life, and somebody had once said Atiti Devo Bhava, and this man is no less an associate professor at AJ Institute of Medical Science in the Department of Community Medicine, also an alumni of AJ Institute, someone who, apart from having a MBBS and MD in community medicine, has a plethora of other degrees to his name, including an MBA, MSE, and PhD. The author of research papers in a number of national and international journals, a man who closely resembles my wild imagination of a good blend between Kabir Singh and Ranchhod Das Chanchar, a person who can skillfully tend to issue the problems of his students, patients, and the community, a family man, an ardent football and cricket player, and of course, a brave COVID warrior. So please help me welcome our chief guest for tonight, Dr. Pradeep Senapathi.
That just sounded like I was going to enter a wrestling ring. Thank you, Mohammed Maz, for getting me on board with this kind of an intro. And I understand why. You know, I speak is what my friend told me. And then she told me that, you know, you can speak better. And why don't you just join this group called Toastmasters? I hadn't heard about it. And then I told my friend, all right, so what am I supposed to do? Go and check out the website. I went in, I checked the website, I Googled up, and then I thought, okay, let's zero in on Milagres. This happened exactly 2 weeks back. I zeroed in on Milagres just for the fact that it's on the website, it said it's meeting on a Sunday, alternate Sunday, and the timing kind of suited me. And it's at Milagres, a very beautiful place. So I thought, okay, all done. Let's go to Milagres. And I was here to join the Milagres Toastmasters Club. A couple of days passed away. I get an interesting WhatsApp message. And I thought it's an auto-generated message from the Toastmaster group, just for the fact that I hit upon them. But then this was from this young lady, Miss Azma Sheikh. And she had to tell me that you're calling me as a guest speaker. And it caught me by surprise. I was for a moment thinking if they were spying on me. But then yes, the universe conspires, as the introducer just told us. So that's for another day. But then there's the story. I wanted to join the Toastmasters, and here I am in front of you all delivering this guest talk. So this happens because of knowing people. This happened because of synergy. This happened because you all took note of what my fraternity is doing. Aptly put, success with synergy. New members are being installed today, and the times we are in calls for synergy more than ever before. So when new members are coming in as a team to work towards something what they're expected of, just for the fact that we are living in times where it calls for action by a team. So what is synergy for me? So S is smartness. You set out to do something, but then you set out to do something with your gang, a bunch of people, or different organizations, synergize together. That always calls in and brings in a whole new level of smartness. This probably wouldn't be the case if you were to do by yourself, because you got ideas floating in left, right, center. The intent is true. So smartness is what synergy brings in. The why is the why. Why? Why are we even doing whatever we are doing? There is more clarity and there is more course correction with the why when there is synergy. We have to have synergy to deeply understand this concept of why. There's a new narrative. The N is narrative. We gotta flip the narrative. People and organizations who have been able to flip the narrative have been very successful. We'll talk about success later. So the narrative and the element of narrative is very essential, and this is what synergy brings in. The expectations and the way we evolve to do things. Expectations are far-fetched, and we're able to reach the expectations when there is synergy in an organization, when we have a team around. So when I say reach, R is reach. So you wanted to do something and you're very clear about it. And you thought that this is all I could do and this is the much I can do. But then with synergy, the reach is far reaching. There's a lot more what you could do. So R is reach. And G is the goal. You fix your goalpost at a certain distance and say, hey, this is my goal. And this is what I want to achieve. But then, with synergy, with people around, with your organization around, you can shift the goalpost a little farther ahead and you could move towards it in a slow-paced nature. Not really worried, just understanding that you got to go one after the other, one step after the other, slowly but truly reaching towards the goal. And what is this why? Just like the X factor, the Y is your Y factor. Y is youthfulness. You know, 3 70-year-olds setting out to do an act versus one 70-year-old trying to do something by his own. You know what is the transformation there? The 3 70-year-olds will be having an enthusiasm like how 3 17-year-olds would. So that is what synergy brings in, a whole new level of youthfulness. So synergy for me is smartness, why, the narrative, the expectation, the reach we have, the goals what we set and we achieve step by step, and yes, the Y factor being the youthfulness.
Yes.
Today morning, beautiful and superb for a person like me. You know why? A great male man whom I admire, Lionel Messi. They won the Copa America today. For 17 long years, he's been playing football at top-notch level. He's tried his bits, he's tried everything with a singular intent to win a cup. 7 attempts. But then this time around, today morning, in the wee hours, he was finally able to lift a cup after 17 long years as a checkered footballer. And this is not just because it was his idea. It was not his own intent. There's a story behind it. So for him to reach the final, in the semifinals against the Colombians, we had the goalkeeper, Emiliano Martinez Romero. So this guy was very clear. Right from day one, he had just one thing to say. I will win it for Lionel Messi and for the La Celeste. So Argentina were able to do it today. There was a good element of synergy which was displayed by the teammates. And that is the reason why they were able to do what they did today after 17 long years of this great man at the helm. Synergy is wonderful. Synergy is what brings you success. So what is this success? Success is very relative. We all enjoy our relative success, but that's not the relative I'm talking about. Success is not the opposite of failure. success probably is not measured in numbers. When I say success is relative, success is not really very objective. Success probably is subjective. Success is emotions. Success is a lot of love. Success is a lot of a person. It's a lot of an individual and what the individual brings along to the organization, to the team, to the people around. So success is not the same. For somebody, something is a success, which probably is a failure for another person. For a child, even taking a small step is success. For an elderly person, the same taking small steps is again success. But then success is something else for other people. So simply put, when we have synergy, we will be able to reach success. We have our intent right. We are in different times, difficult times probably. Citizen groups and groups like this are the ones which needs to bring in synergy, which needs to bring in a whole lot to make that difference. 96 years back, when one man set out with a plan, with a thought that communication and leadership is probably what needs to change for society to progress. He believed in his idea and he didn't stay put there. He brought in more people. He got in people who had similar thoughts and he started off the Toastmaster Club. You all know this. He didn't stop there. He spread the word. He laid the rules. He was very ready to accept people's views. They assimilated everything. The word spread. The name spread. The organization spread. And today, when it is directly affecting 4 million lives, and in the process, indirectly affecting millions of lives for the kind of work you do, this is a prime example of success through synergy. So my new team, which is being installed today, I pray and call that you all have the ability for sure. You all will shape the futures. You all will shape the narrative. You all will shape the times we live in with your right leadership skills, with your right communication skills, so that you could bring in success through synergy. And for this, how do we measure success? It's very simple. It's very simple. I'm sure all of you want to bring in a difference to people's lives. And we can see this by only one quotient, and that is the joy we bring in. The joy we bring in to the people we are in touch with, the joy we bring in to the organization, the joy we bring to ourselves. And this is how we could probably simply measure success. It need not be something big. We could start with something small, with something doable. And I'm sure you all know the path, and you will do and reach and march towards success with a whole new synergy in it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for having me out here. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pradeep, for that inspiring speech of yours and for taking out your precious time from your busy schedule and joining us today. Now, this is the moment we all are waiting for, the announcement of Outstanding Toastmasters Award. I would like to call upon the stalwart Toastmaster and Club Mentor, Distinguished Toastmaster Dr. C.K. Ballal, to announce the winner of Outstanding Toastmasters Award.
Thank you, Supriya. Thanks to the President and the ExCom for giving me this opportunity to announce the Toastmaster of the Year Award. The Toastmaster of the Year Award is given to a person who best exemplifies the values of Toastmaster International in supporting the district mission. The Toastmaster of the Year is expected to excel in a variety of leadership and communication, educational, marketing, and public relations activity within the framework of the club. So what we have in this club is people putting in their nominations, and a committee which looks at their nominations and decides who puts the bill, kind of who really fits into all the requirements for the best Toastmaster of the year. I have pleasure in announcing that the Toastmaster of the Year award goes to the president of this year, that is Azma Sheikh, who is waiting to be installed. Azma Sheikh, congratulations for winning the Outstanding Toastmaster of the Year award. Thank you. Over to the MC. Let's give it up for her with a round of unmuted applause.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ballal.
Congratulations, Azma, and thank you, Dr. C.K. Ballal. Now it's time to recollect and recognize the work performed by the previous executive committee. I would like to call upon the calm and composed and yet dynamic Toastmaster Balakrishna Prabhu to give the secretary's report for the past year.
Thank you, Toastmaster Supriya. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. A seed was sown in 2012, has grown into a vibrant tree. Milagres Toastmasters, founded in the year 2012, under the mentorship of double DTM, Dr. C.K. Ballal, has helped scores of members achieve their leadership goals. The saga has continued relentlessly in the past year too. It is my honor now to present before you all the activities and achievements of our club in the past year. Let me share a file now. Thank you for your
Thank
kind
you.
attention. We are over to Toastmaster Supriya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Balakrishna Prabhu, for that elaborated and beautifully crafted Secretary's report. Now, friends, isn't it fun to replay all the hard work and the fruits of hard work and cherish it with your people? Now, our super creative Toastmaster Mahima Bhatt will take us through a creatively crafted virtual journey of Milagres Toastmasters of the year 2021. Over to you, Toastmaster Mahima Bhatt.
Thank you, Toastmaster Supriya. Dear audience, here you go.
मेरे देश की धरती सोना उगले उगले मेरे देश की धरती मेरे देश की धरती सोना उगले उगले मेरे देश की धरती.
Thank you. Back to you, MC. Toastmaster
Thank you, Mahima. Thank you, Mahima, for taking us down the memory lane and refreshing the old memories right from the inception of the club. Great job. Now, here we are for the introduction of the new club officers of Milagres Toastmasters, full of enthusiasm and determination to achieve success through synergy. Now, I would like to call upon the evergreen powerhouse of energy, one who knows no exhaustion and one who has kept our club synergy at high levels, Toastmaster Leonard Hanna, to introduce the new club officers of Milagres Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Supriya. You always make me feel very special. Good evening, dignitaries, guests, and my dear club members. How many of you here like biryani? Have you ever paused to think why this biryani is so special? It is special simply because it is a combination of unique ingredients. It's plainly success through synergy. Well, what's cooking at Milagres Toastmasters today is a biryani to remember, and the ever so important ingredients are whom I shall introduce to all of you today. First in line is the basmati. Like the rice is the most crucial element in deciding the quality of the dish. We have a sergeant at arms who has been a Toastmaster for a year and a half. She is not so strict, but always on time. And if anything is well begun, it is definitely half done. So who is our sergeant at arms? She teaches SEI students and she finds a great sense of achievement when they develop and grow. When she's stressed, she cooks. So if you're around her while she is stressed, be aware, you may be the next one in the vessel over the flame. Jokes apart, she won't fry you if you're late, but she'll make you feel like you're burnt. So watch out and be on time because our sergeant at arms, Toastmaster Jayamala, will always be the head of punctuality. She always and says that there's one thing she'd permanently like to change, and that is too much seriousness. Let's clap for her, shall we? Wonderful. I'm sure all of you know how important onions are. Whether they make you cry or make your dish extra special, onions are a must. Similarly, we have distinguished Toastmaster Oliver D'Souza, who has been a Toastmaster for over 7 years. He has the knack of making you laugh until you cry. It's a talent less known and less practiced, but he's an expert at it. During his tenure as a Toastmaster, he has served as Sergeant at Arms, VPPR, President, and as an area director. He has now renewed his Toastmasters journey by stepping up to serve the club as its treasurer. He says the one thing he'd permanently like to change is that all members pay their dues without constant reminders. How smart, Oliver. Please help me cheer for our treasurer, Toastmaster Oliver D'Souza. Now, what makes the biryani so masaledar? It is the ginger and the garlic. Similarly, we have Toastmaster Supriya, who has been a Toastmaster for 3 years and is today all set to take charge as secretary. She is an advocate by profession and probably one of the busiest Toastmasters of our club. If she has ever evaluated your speech, you'd know how observant, smart, and witty she could be. When she manages to find time apart from work, she will either pick reading or gardening. She says that the one thing she'd like to change is the fact that we underestimate the power of being a human. According to her, a human equals unlimited possibilities and the power to craft a better tomorrow. Please help me welcome the secretary of our club, Toastmaster Supriya. Great. Dear friends, you know there's this one ingredient I like to use more than needed in my biryani, and those are tomatoes. We have a Toastmaster at a club who turns red like a tomato when he smiles, and he's always smiling and being a tomato. But today, while he's smiling, he's also stepping into the shoes of VP Public Relations at the club. He's been Toastmaster for a year and a half, and he's a very active member of the club. He's a very curious guy who likes to understand the underlying meaning of things. He's a second-year engineering student at St. Joseph's Engineering College and is always infused with zeal to learn. His curiosity is definitely going to help him at his role of being VP Public Relations at the club, and we can't wait to see him grow while he helps the club grow. He says the one thing he'd like to change is for the world to stop looking at knowledge through a utility lens. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Santosh Nayak, our incoming. Well, Chef Leona says that biryani is biryani only if it's cooked in ghee. And why am I using ghee to describe our new VP membership? Well, that's because he is super rich with ideas. He's an avid reader and a passionate sales professional. He loves food much more than all of us put together. I've seen him jump from almost any topic to the topic that interests him the most, which is food. He's extremely young, not just in terms of age, but as a Toastmaster. He's been a Toastmaster for just 2 months now. But just like he's interested in new words, music, science, literature, mythology, and languages, his new interest being added to the list is being a Toastmaster. And whatever is on his list, he will do best at it. He believes that normal is boring. He says he wants a world where every good idea has a chance. Help me cheer out loud for our talented VP membership, Toastmaster Nihal Bolur. Dear friends, you'd be surprised to know what ingredient I'm using to describe the essence of our next club officer. It is the green chili. Why? Because she is fiery, independent, brave, and a go-getter. I've seen her jump at every chance. She has to speak as the table topic session. She loves to be surrounded by nature. She's surprisingly flexible and enjoys yoga. She loves playing the keyboard and experiments with cooking too. If you've seen her drive her Jeep, you'll see that spark she has is just a hint of the fire within her. She runs her own business of finance and is all set to rock as VP Education. Let's cheer for Toastmaster Charlene, our VP Education. And now, dear friends and guests, the basmati, the onions, ginger, garlic, chili, tomatoes, along with ghee. When all of these are playing around in the vessel together, Chef Leona can't resist but toss the ever so tasteful chicken in. Yes, fellow Toastmasters, it is the curtain raiser and the eyebrow raiser. The time to introduce our Madam President. She was brought up in Saudi Arabia and completed her engineering in Mangalore. She's been a systems engineer in Infosys and currently an online math and computer science teacher. She's an occasional blogger, but a very creative one at that. When I asked her what is that one thing she'd like to change in the world, she said she'd like to change the shell of the pomegranate so it's easier to peel. That's how creative and interesting she is. She's been a Toastmaster for 4 years, and while doing so, she has also been a mentor, a guide, a leader to look up to, and an example to follow. She is not just a path keeper, but a path maker, someone who leads the way. And with all pride, I'd like to say, she's here to stay as president of the club. She has aspirations for the club, and we are all here to stand by her while she takes our club right next to the stars. Help me welcome and put your hands together to cheer out loud for our incoming president, Toastmaster Azma Sheikh. With club officers like these, comprising a committee, success through synergy would be a cakewalk. We are hoping for the best by the best. I'd like to request Toastmaster Supriya to please take control. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Leona, for that wonderful introduction. Now I call upon Toastmaster Akila Shetty to give us introduction of the area director.
Thank you so much, TM Supriya. A very good evening to one and all. I hope you've been enjoying this journey of ours so far. Now it's time for me to introduce our new area director and past president, TM Anupama ma'am. She's currently the vice principal and acting principal of Cambridge School, Mangalore, has held posts like VP membership, sergeant at arms, and president at various clubs, has taken various roles at divisional level conferences, and is serving as a mentor for Roshni Toastmasters Club. Has also completed CC and DL educational programs, among others, in Toastmasters. Has conducted various youth leadership programs in Saudi Arabia and India. And as she mentioned, she has just completed a decade-long journey with us. So I'm sure this journey of hers and all her achievements is just an inclusion and not an exhaustive list. And I'm also sure there are more feathers that she would like to add to her cap. All the very best, ma'am. And the mic is all yours, TM Anupama.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akhila, for that wonderful introduction. Before I start the installation ceremony, I request the current club officers to please turn on your video. I request the moderator to spotlight all of them.
Leona, can you switch on your video? Yes.
Yes.
Nakshatra is not present.
Yes. Dear officers, you had a successful term. Should all be extremely proud for serving magnificently in your respective offices. On behalf of Milagres Toastmasters, District 121 and Toastmasters International, I would like to say a big thank you for all your hard and successful work this term. I hereby discharge you from all further duties and responsibilities of your respective office. Please give the outgoing officers a round of virtual applause for the wonderful service they have rendered to this club. The moderator may now please remove them from spotlight. Now I request the elected officers to turn on your video. As I call the name, I request the moderator to spotlight the video one by one. I humbly request the audience to please withhold applause till the installation ceremony is concluded. Sergeant-at-Arms Toastmaster Jeremiah Manai, a passionate preacher by profession and dedicated Toastmaster. Treasurer, Distinguished Toastmaster Oliver D'Souza, a doctor by profession who has taken up various leadership roles like Sergeant-at-Arms, VPPR, President, and Area Director in the past.
Oliver is present. Oliver, can you unmute? And yes.
Secretary Toastmaster Supriya, an advocate by profession and a committed learner. VP Public Relations Toastmaster Santosh Nayak, a student who is pursuing his engineering in St. Joseph College and was the past treasurer of Milagres Toastmasters. VP Membership Toastmaster Nihal Bolur, an avid reader, a writer and a poet, and a passionate sales professional. VP Education Toastmaster Charlene Rodriguez. Apart from running a successful finance and textile business, she is a dedicated Toastmaster for past 10 years. And President Toastmaster Azma Sheikh, a teacher by profession and a dynamic leader who served as Assistant Area Director and VPPR in the year 2020-2021. Thank you, moderator. You may please release the spotlight. I'm here to install the officers of Milagres Toastmasters and to prepare them for the challenges that lie ahead. The collective challenge is to make this club strong and dedicated to helping people from all walks of life to speak in an effective manner, listen with sensitivity, and passionately lead to help many individuals. Each officer is obligated to attend club executive committee meetings, attend district-sponsored club officer training, that is TLI, prepare a successor for his or her respective office. And now I request moderator to spotlight the video of respective officer when I install them. I request each officer to hold any object which signifies gavel as a symbol of leadership, as I briefly describe the challenges she or he must meet and the responsibility she or he must fulfill. Moderator, please spotlight Toastmaster Jayamala Manai. Toastmaster Jayamala Manai, as Sergeant at Arms, your responsibilities include arrange the virtual meeting room, maintain club equipment in working order, ensure that adequate club supplies are available, set up the room before the meeting begins, including breakout rooms if needed, ensure audio and video connectivity is good before meeting starts, make sure that all relevant educational and PR materials are displayed, attend to special equipment needs, greet guests, help the president make sure the meeting begins on time. Toastmaster Jayamala Manai, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Moderator, please spotlight Distinguished Toastmaster Oliver D'Souza. Distinguished Toastmaster Oliver D'Souza, as treasurer, you are expected to keep financial records and prepare the club budget, announce when it's time for members to pay dues, explain the dues structure to members, collect dues, work with the secretary to ensure that the club submits dues on time to Toastmaster International World Headquarters. Distinguished Toastmaster Oliver D'Souza, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you. Moderator, please spotlight Toastmaster Supriya. Toastmaster Supriya, as secretary, you will maintain an accurate membership roster, work with the treasurer to ensure that new member application and dues get to Toastmasters International World Headquarters as soon as possible, submit the club officer list to Toastmasters International on time, work with the treasurer to submit your club's semi-annual report and dues to Toastmasters International on time, provide the club with minutes of each meeting. Toastmaster Supriya, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you, Toastmaster Supriya. Moderator, please spotlight Toastmaster Santosh Naik. Toastmaster Santosh Naik, as VP Public Relations, you are expected to attract visitors to the club through free public publicity, use a variety of means to promote the club and its members in as many mediums as possible, such as digital, print, TV, internet, or newspaper. Enlist your fellow club members in PR activities, providing them with promotional materials and ideas for inviting guests. Regularly recognize member achievements with methods such as announcements, newsletters, emails, and articles that you submit for the district bulletin. Toastmaster Santosh Naik, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you, Toastmaster Santosh. Moderator, please spotlight Toastmaster Nehal Bolu. Toastmaster Nihal Bolu, as VP membership, you are expected to lead the club's membership building efforts, help members with an requirement during their journey, listen to their grievances, and provide emotional support if need be. While the VP of PR motives people to visit your club, you motivate the current members to invite guests, promptly give new member applications and dues to the secretary and treasurer, personally greet guests and provide them with membership application. Make sure each guest hears about the benefits of Toastmasters and gets a personal invitation to become a member. Toastmaster Nihal Bolu, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nihal Bolu. Moderator, please spotlight Toastmaster Charlene Rodriguez. Toastmaster Charlene Rodriguez, as Vice President Education, you are expected to gain commitments from members to set educational goals for themselves. Assure that club members are aware of the schedule of meeting roles. Plan meetings that will assist members in meeting their individual goals. Work with club members to keep meetings fun and well-run. Ensure all members adopt to pathways. Work with your members to ensure that they submit their applications for educational awards promptly. Provide for educational topics at club meetings, such as those from the Successful Club Series and Leadership Excellence Series. Represent your club at area and district council meetings. As the second highest ranking officer, preside over the meeting when the club president is absent. Toastmaster Charlene Rodriguez, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you, Toastmaster Charlene. Moderator, please spotlight Toastmaster Azma Sheikh. Toastmaster Azma Sheikh, as President of Milagres Toastmasters, you are the Chief Executive Officer. Thus, you preside at all club meetings and all meetings of the Club Executive Committee. It is your challenge to see that this club adds new members and meets the needs of its current members to achieve their communication and leadership goals. Establish a club climate that is supportive, stimulating, and rewarding to its members. Realize that among the resources available to your commitment is towards fellow club members, officer team, area director, division director, district 121 officers, and officers of Toastmasters International Headquarters. Toastmaster Azma Sheikh, you hold the gavel as a symbol of the power and authority that your club has given you during your term of office. I'm confident that you will use it wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your team as well as a leader. A team is more than a collection of people. It is an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members with the common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. Work with your team members to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club of which everyone will be proud. Toastmaster Azma Sheikh, as a member of Milagres Toastmasters, as well as executive committee and club members, to make this a vibrant and a rewarding club this term and help every individual with honesty, loyalty, and empathy?
Yes, I will.
Dear members of Milagres Toastmasters, please turn on your video. Your officer team has just pledged to serve this club to the best of its ability. To be the best Toastmasters club possible and to meet the needs of all its members, your club will need active participation from each member. Do you as members pledge to work together with your officer team to make Milagres Toastmasters the finest Toastmasters club it can possibly be?
Yes, we do.
I want a louder response.
Yes,
Yes,
we
we will do.
Yes, we do.
Thank you. By the authority vested in me as the area director of District 121, it is my sincere pleasure to declare these Toastmasters officers installed in their respective club offices. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to the Milagres Toastmasters Executive Committee for the term July 2021 to June 2022. Congratulations to all the officers, Toastmaster Azma Sheikh and team. Having worked with you, I'm sure you will not leave any stone unturned to achieve the best for the club. As area director, along with my assistant area directors, Toastmaster Suprabha Shetty, Program Quality, and Assistant Area Director, Club Growth Toastmaster Ashmita Rao, I assure our assistance and support at all times. Let's achieve together. Let's achieve more. Good luck to all of you. Now, I call upon the President of Milagres Toastmasters to deliver her presidential address. Over to you, Toastmaster Azma Sheikh.
Thank you so much, dear Area Director Toastmaster Anupama Shetty. I've noticed, Zoom Master, I've noticed that my Wi-Fi has not been good today. So at any point, if you notice that my audio is not good, please let me know.
Sure, Azma. Also, can I request request Veena ma'am to give me the host rights back? I've lost the host rights.
Thank you, Area Director Toastmaster Anupama Shetty, for installing all of us as officers. What is home? My favorite definition is a safe place. A place where one is free from attack. A place where one experiences secure relationships and affirmations. It's a place where people share and understand each other. Its relationships are nurturing. The people in it do not need to be perfect. Instead, they need to be honest, loving, supportive, recognizing a common humanity that makes all of us vulnerable. Honorable guest speaker, Dr. Pradeep Senapathi, top 6 officials of District 121, division directors, area directors, presidents and vice presidents, Toastmasters and guests. The quote that I started with is from the book Honey for a Child's Heart, authored by Gladys Hunt. I resonate with the quote, and it's an absolute honor for me to be installed as the president of the honest, loving, supportive, and nurturing club of Milagres Toastmasters. I joined Milagres Toastmasters almost 4 years ago. I visited the club as a guest during the presidency of Toastmaster Imtiaz Sheikh. The president distributed chocolates to the members at the end of that meeting. And I thought to myself, if this is what the president is going to do after every meeting, then I'm definitely going to join the club. Turned out that the chocolates were only for the occasion of her birthday. That happened to be on that day, but I still joined the club anyways. Out of these 4 years that I've been a member, in the last 2 years, I have been hinted at by my club members to take up the role of the president. But I had always been hesitant. I had a lot of questions running through my mind. Am I even ready? How am I going to be an authoritative person and lead senior members of the club? Isn't it too much responsibility? However, about a couple of months ago, while I was being nudged towards the role once again, and I still had my doubts, Postmaster Balakrishna Prabhu said, Azma, it's high time you become the president. I haven't told you this, Bala sir, but it was at that moment that I decided that I would give my name as a nominee for the president's role. It had to be one of two things. Either what he said served as a motivation, a push for me to take up the role, or having been an engineering student, I still have an innate fear of engineering college professors. I'd like to think that the reason was the former. Isn't it amazing how a little push can make so much of a difference in someone's thoughts? It inspires me as a leader to provide little pushes of motivation to whoever I can. Thank you for that learning, Toastmaster Balakrishna Prabhu. Speaking of pushes, our outgoing President Toast Anupama Shetty has moved mountains with her might. Ladies and gentlemen, in the Secretary's report, among other things, you've seen the net membership growth of the club. You've seen the 48 out of 49 Hall of Fame points that we secured. What the team has achieved for the club with her leadership is going to be a hard act to follow. But I'm sure that with the support of the area, the division, and the district, it's going to be achievable. My team of executive officers comprising of Toastmaster Charlene, Toastmaster Nehal, Toastmaster Santosh, Toastmaster Supriya, DTM Oliver, and Toastmaster Jayamala are a spirited lot. They bring in a lot of expertise into the team, be it through their marketing, designing, organizational, leadership, or interpersonal skills. I can say this with confidence because we've already discussed certain ideas and laid out certain plans for the club. We have a good rapport with each other. We are very comfortable when we communicate with each other. And I'm sure that our special synergy is going to take the club on yet another journey of success. On behalf of my team, I promise to keep up the essence of Milagres, the honest, loving, supportive, and nurturing atmosphere while we work towards getting the club to even greater heights. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, dear MC Toastmaster Supriya.
Thank you, Area Director Toastmaster Anupama Shetty, for your inspiring words. And thank you, Toastmaster Azma Sheikh, a new president, for your motivating words to your new team. More power to your elbow. May I now request our Zoom master to spotlight all the newly elected office bearers for a group photo along with the area director and the division director.
Can we also have our district officers, district trio in the photograph? It would be a pleasure to have them.
I'll be able to add only 9 of y'all.
Right, we can, yes, in the next round we can do it.
Yeah. Have I missed anyone? Yeah, EPA. Smile. Thank you. Shall I add? I think adding the.
Yes, now I request the Zoom master to spotlight all the introducers and other role takers of today's installation ceremony.
Before that, if I could add the district.
Wait, actually good, Mahima. You should just continue. The installation is the division.
Yes, ma'am. I have all three of you in the.
No, I'm saying continue with the meeting. Can we proceed and not worry about the Zoom spotlight?
Sure. Request the role takers to please switch on your videos. Can somebody help me in the naming, please? Because I'm not able to figure out whom and all I have to add.
They're all named zero introducer.
Are all in? Azma?
Anjali, could you find Anjali?
Yeah, I think no.
She's not here. Okay, Maz, what about Maz?
Maz also is not here.
Okay, then I think we can add the district trio here.
Yeah.
We won't let you go just like that, Vanita ma'am. You need to share the screen with us.
Anupama, shall I
Yes.
remove you from the spotlight?
Yes, please, please. Yes. Add the others.
Keep Anupama, you can remove me.
Veena ma'am, you be there.
We can keep both of them.
Yeah, I think 9 allows both of them to be there, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just keep Anupama, yeah.
Yes. Perfect.
We are not letting you go that easily also, Anupama ma'am.
Okay, smile everyone.
All right, perfect.
Okay, done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, we would like to capture this beautiful moment and treasure it forever in our gallery. So I request all the participants present today to turn on your camera for a group photo. All the participants present, please turn on your video.
One, two, three, smile. You can use your emojis. Into the second sheet. Thank you. Back to you, NC.
Thank you, Zoom Master. Now, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Sushma for introducing our Division Director.
Thank you, Toastmaster Supriya. Good evening, Toastmasters. It's a pleasure for me to be introducing our Division Director. Toastmaster Beena Shetty has donned several hats and has distinguished accomplishments are inspiring. She has been a Toastmaster since 2009 and began her leadership journey as the Secretary of Winners Club between 2018 to 2019. Between 2019 to 20, she was the president of the Winners Club and led it to the 8th position in the world with 101 educational awards. She is also part of the Bantwal Speech Weavers. As the Area F2 Director 2020 to 2021, she chartered 4 new clubs, thereby winning the Best Hunter Award. A former professor of biochemistry at KMC Mangalore, she is now living it up and taking to her passions of badminton, traveling, and of course, Toastmasters. She also believes that together, everyone achieves more. Over to you, Toastmaster Beena.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sushma, for that beautiful introduction. District Director DTM Vanita, PQD DTM Narayanan, CGT DTM Arjun, DPRM Rohan, DFM DTM MN Pai, and District Administration Manager Gokul Menon, DTM Gokul Menon, Area Director Installing Officer Anupama Shetty, District Division L Director Toastmaster Amit, Division F and L Area Directors, Milagres Toastmasters, and guests. A very good evening. So what are the things that success depends on? The first thing is passion, which is a driving force of all successful people. Another thing is belief. Always think that you can. And the third one is strategy. Always have a game plan. Always plan your year ahead. And of course, then your theme, synergy or bonding power, working together to reach greater goals. So XCOM, know what your members want, and members work to fulfill your goals. I have seen all these qualities abundantly in Milagres Toastmasters. This year, under the leadership of Toastmaster Anupama Shetty and team, Milagres Toastmasters Club has achieved excellence. Your President's Distinguished Club have added 17 members and won so many other awards. The feather in the cap is not just winning the prestigious Hall of Fame Gold, but winning it with the highest number of points at the top of the table with 48 out of 49 points. This sure deserves a round of big applause. Can we give that to the Milagres Toastmasters? Yes. So congratulations, Anupama and team, on your stupendous performance. I first saw incoming President Toastmaster Azma Sheikh at Inspiron Club when she gave her icebreaker. She went up to the podium and began speaking, and I was totally floored. This was around 3 to 4 years back, and now she has taken up the mantle of the president. I am sure Azma and her team will take Milagres Toastmasters Club to new heights. You have your own Toastmaster Anupama Shetty, your AD, to help you, and I am just a call away for any help. So congratulations and good luck to the incoming team and Milagres Toastmasters for a rocking year ahead. Over to the MC.
Toastmaster Supriya. Toastmaster Supriya.
Is she in the room?
Yes, yeah, she's there.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Veena ma'am, for joining us today. and for your wonderful words. It means a lot.
Muted.
You're
I can
audible.
hear you.
You're
Audible. Go ahead.
Okay.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Now, I would like to call upon the North Star, the guiding source of Milagres Toastmasters, Toastmaster Christopher Sequeira, for felicitation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Supriya. Good evening, dear chief guests, district officials, area directors, club presidents, Toastmasters, and guests. We have all witnessed the installation ceremony of our new club leaders. But this would not have been possible if not for the efforts of our past leaders who have nurtured and grown our club membership. So we give a big thank you to our outgoing club leaders, led by Toastmaster Anupama Shetty, for a stupendous year of achievements. We wish our new team leaders, led by Toastmaster Azma Imtiaz Sheikh, by assuring them of our support and cooperation. Let our synergy help us achieve another outstanding year. Now, to facilitate our new club leaders, let me call upon our district officials, area directors, and club presidents one by one. Our first person on the list in the order of hierarchy is our district director of the current year, DTM Vanitha Rangarajan. She is a Rajnikant fan, a biryani lover, gender equality advocate. She believes that kindness is our new currency. She's with PeopleSoft Consult at Oracle. Well, her Toastmaster achievements are plenty. She served in all 7 club officer roles. She's chaired committees at district conferences, 4-time Triple Crown winner, Outstanding Contributor Award, and was the Linkers Coordinator in 2016-17. She was the District Logistics Manager in 17-18 and got the President's Distinguished Division Director Award in 18-19. She was the co-chair, District's Alignment Committee in 1920, a Club Growth Director for District 92. She received the Excellence Club Growth Award by Toastmasters International. With a core CGD, chartered 56 new clubs, thus helping District 92 achieve the #1 in club extension in the world. For 2020-21, the Program Quality Director for District 121, she was responsible for the highest percentage of distinguished clubs, #1 in Region 13 and #2 in the world. Let me welcome Toastmaster Vanitha Rajan to felicitate our new club leaders. Over to you, DTM Vanitha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Christopher. Hi, everyone. First things first, can Milagres Toastmasters please come on video? I know who you are because you have an extremely amazing looking virtual background that stands out. So if you can come on video while I'm speaking to you, I'll be really grateful because I did sign up here to see the members of the club. This is one of the finest introductions I've got in a Mangalore club. I'll say that because when in Mangalore, somehow the division director gets like a fantastic introduction, and the area director, of course, because they will be the installing officer, but the district trio or anybody else, you just come and go. District director, you please speak. Club group director, please speak. President of each of the clubs, please speak. So I'm very thrilled because last year I kind of had this as a pet peeve. When I came to Mangalore alone, no introduction. But you changed that for me. I'm so excited that I got like a nice introduction from a club in Mangalore. And so I'm really grateful for that. This person who introduced me today is one person that I've seen at every district event the last year. It takes a certain kind of a commitment. There have been situations where I know that whatever be the participation, I know Christopher sir will be there in the district event. So I want to acknowledge all the time that you have put in to make every district event successful just by making sure that you've been a part of that. The second thing that I wanted to highlight about the club, we've had several members serve the club in the past. We've had an AA director, Oliver, coming out of this very club. We've had amazing contributions by just this one club last year for annual spotlight. We couldn't have done it without Amita Shetty, Mahima, Asma. Did I miss out anyone else who's been in a spotlight? Please raise your hand and I will call out your name. It's really not intentional otherwise. All of you have been so integral to how much the annual district conference of District 121, the first ever one, has been such a big success. We couldn't have done it without you. If I'm wondering if you've stepped out of the club, you've done something for the district, this is one club that has done it all. So it is absolute no surprise to me that you got Hall of Fame maximum points and all that. But one thing that I'd really like to acknowledge in all the contributions that you've done as a club is that YLP that you conducted. At a time like this where everyone's doing the very basic things for getting over jobs and COVID's not spared anyone, but going at a time like this and doing things for the community is what makes a club stand out. And so I want to congratulate the YLP coordinator from your very club. Wait. Let me get to her in just a bit. The other thing that I wanted to appreciate is this one club has also seen growth at a time where corporate clubs have shut shop, community clubs have shut shop. Toastmasters has cut down on not areas, divisions. We've lost divisions in most parts of the world. But this one club went ahead and nicely added members. So clearly, we're doing something very well. And we're doing it so well that I feel that it's time for the rest of the world to see what is it that we do so well at Milagres. Listening to the incoming president, I realized that keyword. But wait, incoming president, not yet. One important thing that I noticed in the Hall of Fame tracking, and it was such a horrible task the last year, as PQD and team members who have logged in here, you know, it was, I don't even know what we were thinking when we thought about the Hall of Fame, but it was not easy. But this one constant person, she kept pinging all of us in the Hall of Fame, whoever was in the PQD team responsible for Hall of Fame, saying, I said 38 is also gold. 39 is also gold. I mean, why 47? No. My club members have worked really hard for this. If I miss out on getting that point on Milagres dashboard, I am failing as a president. Wait, how can you fail? You've added so many members, president distinguished and Hall of Fame gold. But the points matter to the club members, and there it is. Your club president, your outgoing club president, wanting the very best for this one club. When you have gold like that inside of a club, chumma vitruvama, meaning will we just let it go like that? Dabal, we caught hold of her, and so here she is, area director for one area. Now we are giving you almost all new clubs. Go figure. Make every club in your area like Milagres Toastmasters. All right, challenge accepted. Please somebody take a screenshot of what Anupama ma'am is doing, because we gave her Agnesian, we gave her Roshni, and we gave her one other new club, I remember. So all the very best, Anupama ma'am.
N Charisma, yes.
N Charisma. Okay, I was thinking between Enunciate and N Charisma. Great. So all things done right by the club president. And I'm wondering, will it not be so hard for Azma to actually fill in shoes like that? But here I am listening to her, thanking that one person that pushed her to do that role, being grateful for the people that took care of her growth, and wanting to keep that one unique thing that Milagres is very proud of, your club culture, the family-like feeling. I think this year as well, Azma as the president will amaze not just your club members, not just in the area or the division, but the rest of District 121 on how Milagres will only grow from strength to strength. Today, I'm really thrilled to be here. I got like a really special poster also, okay, getting invited to this one club. So that also I'll keep it in mind. I'm really thrilled to be here because this is one club which was not shining so much, but suddenly is a superstar club in District 121. I want to thank every single member, and it takes 5 different kinds of fingers to make that one hand. And so everyone in the different wavelengths that we are, in the different paces that we are at, all of us still are together, one hand, one family, one club. I want to wish the members of Milagres Toastmasters the very best that Toastmasters can offer this year as we transition hopefully from an online platform to in person, where we can greet and meet our family members in person and hopefully share lunches or dinners together. I want you to remember that you are a club that has already given so much to District 121. I hope you continue to give more and get more this program year as well. Thank you, and back to you, Christopher, sir.
Thank you, DTM Vanitha Rangarajan, for those words of encouragement and praise. We now move to the second district official, who is our Program Quality Director, DTM Narayanan. He has interest in astrology, palmistry, sky gazing, traveling, and reading. He's a BTech in mechanical engineering and an MBA in human resource management. His guiding principle is, I love any philosophy which loves the suffering soul. He has held offices of the division director, area director, president in 4 Toastmaster clubs, held most of the club officer roles, and also been a club coach. He's been a pathways coordinator, credential check for coronation, advisor for coronation 2018, new club specialist in 1718, committee chair credentials at Jamboree, committee chair reverberations in 2012. He chaired the Malayalam Translation Committee, World Malayalam Toastmasters Clubs. His toppings are, he sponsored and mentored 6 Toastmaster clubs. He guided 10 plus Toastmasters to achieve their DTM titles. He mentored over 100 Toastmasters. He has started his Toastmasters journey in 2011. He is presently an active member in 6 Toastmaster clubs. Let me call upon DTM Narayan to felicitate our new team. Over to you.
Thank you, Christopher, sir, for that wonderful introduction. Outgoing President, Toastmaster Anupama, okay, she's the current area director as well. Incoming President, Toastmaster Azma, District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Vanitha Rangarajan, Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, sorry, Club Growth Director, okay, Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Arjun Sundar Raj, Administration Manager, Distinguished Toastmaster Gogul P. Menon, Division Director, Toastmaster Beena Shetty, exuberant leaders, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Good evening. This Milagres Toastmasters Club chartered about 11 years ago. For this last 6 years, this Toastmasters Club has been continuously receiving President's distinguished status. But I would say that the last year was the golden era of this Milagres Toastmasters Club. Why I said this is, till that year, the maximum membership of this Milagres Toastmasters Club was 23. From that 23, Toastmaster Anupama Shetty took it to 32 when all the clubs were struggling to retain even that base membership. It was a wonderful achievement indeed. And regarding the pathways, 100% pathways adoption. And as many of them pointed out here, 48 points out of the 49 for the Hall of Fame Award, 23 educational awards. I was also a president of a Toastmasters Club last year, but I wish if I could be a president like Toastmaster Anupama. Really, I bow my head before you, ma'am. Give a huge round of applause to Toastmaster Anupama and her team for this wonderful achievement. Now, the incoming president, Toastmaster Azma. Of course, the challenges or the benchmark set by Toastmaster Anupama is very, very high. We all know it. But there are so many advantages what the incoming president has. Because Toastmaster Anupama is the current area director. She has to and she will help you, Azma, to break her own records. She could get only 48 out of 49 Hall of Fame awards. Do you know why she left that 1 point? It is for you to break that record. So you can make her, you can break her record and make it 49 out of 49. That's why she left it for you. And of course, even retaining this current achievements in the present year, that itself would be a great achievement for the president. But I would always say that the past days were good, but the better days are yet to come. Of course, Azma, definitely, I believe you and your team that you will break all the records set by Toastmaster Anupama and make this Milagres Toastmasters Club even to greater heights. Over to you, all the best, and over to you, Christopher, sir.
Thank you, DTM Narayan, for that lovely encouragement to our new team. Our next district official is DTM Arjun Sundarraj, our club growth director. Arjun is a student of Toastmasters for over 9 years. A student because he believes that this is a practice ground for real life. But for that, he's just a regular member like you and me, who is here to learn. So I call upon DTM Arjun Sundarraj, our club growth director, to felicitate our new team. Over to you, Arjun.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Christopher. A quick check, my audio and video are okay? Thank God.
Yes.
Bar had gone just a couple of minutes back. I was wondering whether it will be really lagging, but thank God it came back. Anyway, first of all, let me acknowledge the contribution of the outgoing president, Toastmaster Anupama, and her entire team. I would just simply say army. Rather than that, army on steroids, that would probably be the right word there. Thank you so much for every single thing that you have done as a club, and all the very best incoming President Azma. Well, you got the answer over here about what Narayan and Vanita were talking about. Vanita has just mentioned on the chat box. This time you would pretty much have 60 points on the chat on the Hall of Fame to take care of. So 48, 49 is not at all a problem for you. That's exactly what I would tell you right now. Now, let me acknowledge the presence of our chief guest as well, Dr. Pradeep Senapathi, district officials, every single district leader that is over here. Thank you for the presence as well. Now, I'm going to take you back to something that happened with me when I joined, Toastmasters. It was in 2012. My brother came to Bangalore from Pune. He was the one who introduced me to Toastmasters, and till date, my parents hate him for it. Okay, so he introduced me to Toastmasters, and when we walked in, he was like, "Okay, let me take you to a club where I'm giving a speech." And that's exactly what happened. I drove into the club, and that's how I joined Toastmasters itself. At that point in time, I had no idea what I really wanted. I had no idea what Toastmasters could really give me. But all he did, and like our own president mentioned today, was that little push. Fast forward a few more months, I was delivering my third speech in Toastmasters. One of the criteria for that is strive not to use notes and control any nervousness. CC3, you remember the objectives? Strive not to use notes. I use notes. Control nervousness. I was visibly shivering. The evaluator that came that day gave me that little push. Fast forward a few more years. District leadership. First time as an area director, or rather area governor at that point. I was doubtful whether I would be really able to do. that little push. First time as a division director, a little push. At every point in time, I renewed in Toastmasters. I survived in Toastmasters because of that little push. In simple terms, your little push as you do, as you give for every member, rather every guest that walks into your meeting,
Over to you, DTM Gopal madam.
Thank you so much, Christopher sir, for the warm welcome. Let me start by recognizing the presence of the outgoing club president, Toastmaster Anupama Shetty, the incoming club president, the ever enthusiastic Azma Sheikh, our chief guest for today, and the other district officers who are present here, district trio, all distinguished Toastmasters, Vanitha Rangarajan, Narayananam, and Arjun Sundaraj, and our public relations manager who has also joined us, distinguished Toastmaster Rohan Ravindra, for their presence. And let me greet our division director, Toastmaster Beena Shetty, and the area director, all the area directors, in fact, who are present here in this gathering today. It gives me immense pleasure to address you here today on this day when the new team takes over from the previous team. Milagres, as rightly pointed out by all the past speakers who felicitated the club, has now set an example for the other clubs to follow. Azma is in a very big shoe right now, that shoe that she needs to fill. But I am sure with the able support of